afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to have you all join us this afternoon again on this webinar, the AI Advantage, brought to you by BFG Global Consulting. So gradually, this is becoming a ritual for us at BFG Global Consulting to have all of us join together at a time like this once every month to have this discussion around how we can leverage on AI. That is why we tagged this event, the AI Advantage. So in a moment, I'm going to be sharing my screen with us. But while I do that, how's your day coming along? Are you having a wonderful day? Are you having a stressful day? Or are you floating alongside the Nigerian reality? So while I share my screen, if you want to unmute to respond to that, it's fine. You can go ahead and do that. If you want to type in the chat box, you can go ahead. I'd like to see your responses. Okay, who is going first? Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shegra. Thank you. So good afternoon once again. And without further ado, my name is Sunday Moses, like Ifoma introduced me. Ifoma, thank you very much for that warm introduction. I'm delighted to take on this section today, even though I have my boss here in on the meeting, of course. It is with his permission that I am going in first, and I want to thank Mr. Festus for this opportunity sincerely. Because when it comes around the discussion about technology and then the business world, I think this is something that actually gets me up on my toes. I am actually very interested to always have this kind of conversations. So today we're looking at the AI Advantage Series 2, and we're going to build on where we stopped last time. Because I can see from here that we have a number of persons that were with us last time during our last that was sometime last 2 months, where we had the first webinar on the AI Advantage. And before we continue, Mr. Shedrack, I think you were there during our last meeting. Your name actually sounds very familiar. I like to guess you're there. I don't know. Oh,
yes,
great!
I was.
Great. Okay. So was there anything that you picked on from that event, that meeting, that you had already started implementing in your business, in your growth journey? Is there anything you picked of value at that point that you've started implementing?
Yes, sir, there is. I became more confident in my business approach from the last webinar. At the time, I was still in training actually, but I didn't actually know how to go about marketing a high ticket product. And I learned that from the first webinar, or the last one.
Oh, wow. Amazing. We're very glad to receive this kind of feedback. And this is a pointer that we're making progress at least. And we are making impact, because one of the dreams or one of the visions that we had when we bettered this event is to see how far we can support a lot of small business owners, a lot of startups, to see how they can start kickstarting their journey in tech to take advantage of it towards improving sales and revenue. So today is going to be another exciting journey, I assure you all. So just a quick one before we continue. with this event. I would like to ask, is any one of us here hearing the term AI or artificial intelligence for the first time? If perhaps this is the first time you're getting to hear about AI or artificial intelligence, you could just indicate with an emoji, or you could unmute your mic, or you could just type in the chat box. Okay, if you know about AI or artificial intelligence and you've used any of them in the time past, could you just react? Just drop a reaction. Okay, of course. Okay, I think I can only see Mr. Shedrack. Any other person? Okay, Samson, I see. Okay. Okay. Perhaps some of us are in the middle. Happiness, you've not used AI or you've not heard about artificial intelligence before? Okay, okay. I see Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris, we're very delighted to have you join us on this section. Thank you, sir. Okay. So on this note, I would like to make an assumption that the audience today, or the people I'm talking to, are people who fall within the range of either being familiar or being not very familiar, but you've heard about AI or artificial intelligence before. Hence, no one indicated that they've not heard about AI before. So I would like to assume that you know about AI and you have used it at any point in time, right? So the next question is probably going to ask us if you have used AI to do any of your business activity, right? To do anything as regarding your business, to help you in any form of way. If you've used AI for that purpose, could you also kindly react with an emoji? Okay, okay. Okay. Amazing, amazing. I think on this note, we are just going to probably build on where you are at currently, because the materials that we have today for this section was actually prepared in such a way that it allows both for those who are probably just starting out on their journey using AI, or those who had already started using but do not still understand in full terms how to supercharge their results using this technologies, right? So we're going to start right away. So the focus for today is AI, artificial intelligence, and in sales and marketing. We're looking at artificial intelligence in sales and marketing. That is going to be our focus today. The reason why we actually streamlined it to this sector is considering the fact that the kind of audience we are looking at, right? And then we wanted very practical instances that you can start using it, because I would like to believe that everyone on this call is either a business owner who owns a business, or probably works in an organization or works in a business, right? And a part of what we're going to be looking at is how we can use AI in the world of sales and marketing. Now, the reason why this is because sales, we understand, is the engine room for every business. Sales and marketing, right? For any business to thrive, except you operate in the non-for-profit sector, or even though the NGO sectors also in one way or the other still need funds to enhance their operations. So the fact that you are a business owner, you probably have need, right? It's not a probability, actually, it's a necessity. No business can thrive without sales or marketing. So that is going to be our focus today, and everything we're going to be talking about is to see how you can use AI to supercharge your sales or your marketing effort as a business owner, right? So we're going to be looking at what exactly this AI thing entails. What exactly is AI? What exactly is artificial intelligence? Right? You could refer to it as AI. You could refer to it as artificial intelligence. Now, AI, like we have here, actually refers or simply refers to machines that are designed to mimic human intelligence, right? So AI, these are machines or programmed systems that have been programmed or they've been designed to mimic the human intelligence. Now, what this entails is that we understand the fact that the computer as it stands today is one of the most powerful technology that exists out there, right? The computer today, the break of the Industrial Revolution, which brought about the advent of some of these technologies, ushered us into some of these opportunities that we can use these technologies to carry out a lot of functions, right? So what we have today as AI had actually been in operation from a very long time ago. The first time a research was conducted in the world of AI or artificial intelligence was in the 1970s. In the 1970s, that research was carried out by a college professor, right? So from that period up until now, the world of AI or artificial intelligence continued to evolve. And what that entails is that they started looking for ways to see how they can make computers, how they can make machines to think or to act like humans, to mimic the human intelligence, right? So when we talk about artificial intelligence, the technology behind artificial intelligence is actually very broad, right? Artificial intelligence, as what we have today, is a segment of the machine learning technology. Right? What machine learning models do is that they are able to understand data that you feed them, and then they are able to perform certain tasks from those data that they have collected over time. So these machines that we have today as artificial intelligence, or these systems, these models that we have as artificial intelligence, are designed with so much intelligence or precision that they can mimic or act like you to some extent, right? Depending on what exactly they are programmed for, right? So this brings us to the next phase where, like I mentioned earlier, the focus today is in the area of AI and the sales sector, right? But AI has been applied in virtually every sector that you can think of right now, right? Today we have the telemedicine, right? Artificial intelligence or this high advanced technologies in the world of medicine, right? And we also have AI in other fields. Anything that you can think about in the real estate sector, artificial intelligence has been employed over time, right? So some of those things are areas that, depending on your particular use case, right, we did not streamline it to a particular sector per se, but then talking about artificial intelligence at its broad sense, helping you to understand that yes, this tool actually exists, and then it is for you to make the best use of. So think of AI like having an extra brain that can analyze data faster than we could ever have, right? As humans, we work with information. When we talk about data in the world of computer or computing, data simply refers to information, right? Data could mean text, strings. That is, it could be either a name, right? Your name as a person, the name of a place, any piece of information. It could be numbers. Data could also be voices, right? Data could also be video. Data could be audio. Data could be images, right? So all of this information, all of these pieces of information, like we encode as humans, when being fed to a computer system or a machine, they are referred to as data. So you see AI like having an extra brain to help you analyze data faster than you can ever do, because the human mind is very powerful. Yes, there's no doubt to that. The human mind is actually one of the most powerful tools that there is so far, or that God has created. No machine has actually come close to the power that the human brain actually exerts. So artificial intelligence for most people actually sounds very intimidating, or it sounds some people fidget when they hear about artificial intelligence. And you're not alone. I think for me, even though I started researching about this tool from a while ago, because of the interest that I have in computers, right, and in technology generally, especially in the area of business, I started making some of this research. But it took me a while before I started adopting these technologies in my daily routine works. So for some people, they feel very scared and very intimidated to actually use these tools. But then if you have this mindset, or probably look at it as having an extra brain, it doesn't take your intelligence. It's not competing with you. AI is not competing with you, right? If you see it as an extra brain, or like I like to refer to it as my personal assistant, then that is where you begin to harness all of the powers that this system actually exerts. So some of the examples of AI, like we have there, thank God we have a large number of us here already familiar with AI, right? So some of the examples that we have here is the revolutionary open AI ChatGPT, right? The ChatGPT model was one of the technology that brought about the change in the world of AI, or what we have today as AI. Today, everybody is talking about AI. It was ChatGPT that brought all of these technologies into the limelight, even though, like I said, it has always been there, right? So for those of us who don't know what ChatGPT is, ChatGPT is actually a machine learning model, right? An NLP precisely, that is built by a company named the OpenAI, right? And what this does is that it helps you generate content on every topic that you can actually ever think of, right? So we have the ChatGPT as an AI model. We have Siri. For those of us who are iOS users here, you use an Apple device, you have your Siri voice assistant or embedded on your iPhone. And for those of us who have gone to any home or apartment that is powered with IoT, the Internet of Things, we have the Alexa, which also serves as a voice assistant also, right? So we also have AI models embedded on systems like the Netflix, right? So on Netflix, for instance, or on e-commerce sites, you probably would have seen that, okay, probably when you want to make a shopping, you put an item in your cart, you would see underneath that you begin to get recommendations as regarding similar products. Also, when you scroll through your social media, or when you go online and then you probably search for a particular thing, you notice that over time you begin to see those kind of ads. These things they're actually referred to as the recommendation models, right? All of this that I have mentioned are examples of AI tools or AI systems that you have interacted with previously, perhaps. And for some people who are just hearing about AI, you would notice that you have interacted with these systems prior to this time, but you never knew. So these are some of the examples of AI models that we have today. There are more, there are a lot, but for the sake of this section, we've streamlined them to just these examples. So we're going to move further, and then we'll look at how this applies to us as salespeople, as business people. And if perhaps you're probably looking at yourself as, okay, I'm not a salesperson, I'm not a marketer, why then should I be interested in this webinar? Why should I stay back? You probably would be a business owner. And if you're a business owner, you're a salesperson. You're a salesperson, regardless of if you have salespeople working under you. You on your own, at some point in time, need to market your product or your services, as the case may be. So one of the myths that we have today considering the advent of AI, since the surge, I think that started from late 2022 into 2023 when AI began to gain prominence, because that was the period where ChatGPT was launched officially. A lot of persons, there were a lot of buzz actually, right? And from that period, a lot of persons had concerns. Now, this image I love so much, because each time I look at this image, it actually points me back to a research that we conducted some time ago. And then from the research, we find out that a lot of employees, people who work in an organizations, are scared that AI is probably going to kick them out of their job, or AI is probably going to replace them. So I like to ask this question whenever I take this section. If you at some point had exercised this kind of fear, if you had this concern at any point in time, could you kindly just indicate with an emoji or probably a chat, if you could just react to this with an emoji, if you know this applies to you as an employee, you're working in an organization, and at some point, because of the buzz around AI, you think that AI is probably going to kick you out of your job. Could you react with an emoji, please? Okay, you don't have to be shy, right? Because I think I get to have a lot of funny reactions whenever I take these sections, and it's so amazing. Okay, do we have anybody? Okay, nobody had ever thought that AI will steal their job. Wow. Okay, Infinix X. Okay, I don't know this person by name. Okay. I think I can just see one person. Only one person. Okay, let's proceed. So this is one of the fears that a lot of people have, people who work in an organization, and then you have this concern around, would AI probably steal my job? Would AI kick me out of my job? Does it mean that the things that I do normally, AI can do them now and even do them better? Is that a concern for me? Right. So on the other side of the coin, we have the CEOs who believe that they can replace human labor with AI. For the CEOs in the house, how many persons think, okay, I think I am going to probably downsize my staff strength right now to see how I can position this AI agent to do this work for me? These people are giving me headache, but they are giving me stress. Do we have CEOs in the house who think like this man, and then he feels like, okay, it's going to be a jolly ride, and you think you could probably just kick your staff out, and then AI will do the job for you? Do we have people like this? Okay, do I see a hand? Is that who? Okay. Wow. I think I, for the first time, have one of the most human-centric audience on this kind of sections. I think I have the most, all of us are very, very human-centric, perhaps. Okay. So a lot of CEOs believe that they could actually replace the human labor force with AI, so that you don't get to probably pay for overhead costs, amongst others. So we're going to be looking at all of those myths as we proceed in this section. So to debunk that myth, I like to say that to replace human with AI, customers will have to communicate accurately what they want. So this is focused or targeted at the salespeople or people who are in the marketing niche, right? For you to replace humans with AI, then I don't know, for some way would probably have found a way to make your customers communicate their feelings, what exactly it is that they want, in a precise and a detailed manner. Why this is because based off the traditional marketing principle, we're told that the the customer is only a professional in their problem, but they cannot explicitly explain to you what exactly it is. They are just interested in the solution that you can provide to their problem per time, right? So because of all of this, an AI model does not have empathy. An AI model cannot, with utmost accuracy or precision, understand what the human emotions actually feel like, right? So even though we have AI models that can detect based on detect emotions based on face recognition, that is still not so very perfect as regarding what we have today. So perhaps AI could replace humans. Perhaps you could use you could kick your employees or your staff from your job to replace them with AI. But for now, that is actually very far-fetched from reality. So for you to have AI replace humans, then your customers would have to learn to communicate accurately what it is they want or what exactly their problem is. So I think on this note, we are safe, right? For all of us in working in sales as sales representative, or working in the marketing department, or as business owners, we all are safe. But there's no cause for alarm, because perhaps it happens later on. But for now, we are good. We are good. So there is a clause to that, though, right? So the thing is, the only way that to keep AI from taking your job, right, as an employee right now, is to learn how to use AI to do your job better, right? This is the reason why we at BFG Global Consultants will bringing out this section or this training to you, to help you understand, to help you learn, and how to help you understand how to implement this to make your routine job better, or to make it come out better, right? So the employee who would not get kicked out of their job in the long run would be that employee who learned to adopt, or who learn to implement this AI tool to make their work better, or to make their life easier, like I like to see it, right? So personally, I really don't like stress. So if I see something that is probably going to take away stress for me, I jump on it. I jump on it. Sometime one of my mentors actually said something to me, and then he said, Moses, it is foolishness and pride for you to see what is working for others and then not want to copy that or adapt to that because you want to figure it out by yourself. All right, he said that is foolishness and pride. And for me, the way I interpreted that, or the way I encoded that message, was the fact that yes, in as much as I see something working for Mr. B, even though I want to be authentic, I want to be me, I am going to copy what is working already and then learn how to make that thing fit into my personality, make it fit into me, and make it adopt it to make it my own, or bring it out in my own style, right? So there's going to be that synergy between you and this system. And the reason why I like to mention this is the fact that a lot of persons still have this concern that AI is probably going to take away their intelligence. AI is going to make you dull. It's going to no. The thing is, this system by themselves cannot give you the best possible results that there is out there, right? For you to get the best result, you need to learn, right? You need to learn how to use them effectively, right? So for that to happen, there's a part of the work that you also need to do. There's a part of the work that you need to do. You cannot just leave everything for AI thinking that it is going to do all of that for you. So until now, the AI models that we have, or the AI system that we have, cannot work independent of a human intervention. So on that note, for you to get the best out of these AI models, I'm trying to lay all of these foundations to help us understand when we begin to implement this thing, because if you have all of this information at the back of your mind, it helps you, it prepares your mind ahead for on what to expect, especially for those of us who are really not so familiar with the use of AI to carry out our daily routines. So for me, first and foremost, like I mentioned previously, I like to see the AI system as my personal assistant, as a personal assistant. The AI model, for me, I see it as a personal assistant. What do you do with a personal assistant, right? Or what do you do to a personal assistant? You give them instructions, right? You give them specific tasks and you tell them what you want them to do, and then they go ahead and execute, and they bring it back to you either for vetting, and then you to make life easier for you, or to streamline your operations, to make you more efficient. That is why we have personal assistants, or PA as the case may be. So for you to get the best out of this AI model, you should learn to see them as your personal assistants, right? See them as your personal assistants. So things that you need to things that would probably take a longer duration for you to come up with, or for you to do as a salesperson. All of those campaigns that you work on, you're trying to put out a campaign message, you are trying to do a PR, instead of staring at your screen. They call it is it the blank of what's this thing called again? The blank of the screen, right? Where you get to have a block ideas block, right? You're staring at the screen and then not really knowing what to do or what to start writing, as the case may be, right? So instead of having this kind of things, you could leverage on the AI tool to give you a first draft, or to help you come up with a draft or an outline that you can build on. Remember, I said for you to get the best out of AI, you must see them as a personal assistant. You work hand in hand with your personal assistants. Also, you can have them set up to do very routine and tedious tasks. So recently, I was preparing for I was on a meeting like this, and I had another meeting that was meant to start in a very short while, and then I needed to do some preparation. I was working on a content actually for that meeting, and there was this video on YouTube that I wanted to embed on that presentation. So what I needed to do was to actually listen to that YouTube content, but because I was also on another meeting, I could not divide my attention or have myself leave one for the other. What I did was, while I was on that meeting, I logged on to YouTube, I went to that video, and then I generated the transcript, right? You know, normally YouTube does not allow you to download all of those transcripts. So I had to use an AI system to get those transcripts, and I got an AI tool to help me summarize that video content, right? And in a very short while, I could actually pinpoint and tell what exactly that content was all about. And that was how I was able to merge the two activity almost at the same time. So I was not affected in any way. I was still very efficient. In fact, I had a very wonderful section or presentation in the both meetings, right? So instead of having yourself do some of this routine or tedious tasks, you could have an AI system that helps you in that regard. So, however, to use them effectively, you should know what exactly good looks like. Now, what this entails is that, yes, a lot of us had interfaced with this model or this system in previously, but from the findings I've gathered, when I have this kind of section, when we go for events and then we get to do this kind of presentation, I discovered that yes, some people are familiar, of course, because of the FEMO out there. A lot of people want to jump on trends, right? They just jump on and then they start using these tools. But then, for you to get the best out of these AI models, you need to really understand what exactly it is you are requesting of it. What exactly you're requesting of it. So if you want an AI model to probably do something for you and you don't understand what exactly you are asking of it, yes, there's a way to go about it, but the first principle entails that you have at least a basic understanding. You have a basic understanding around what this AI system looks like, or what exactly it is you want it to do for you, right? Because if you don't know what good looks like, you probably just generate contents that are not right or not best suit for what you're asking for, because this is a machine. And in our very basic understanding of what a computer system is, or a machine is works on the basis of what you give on the input and then the output, right? What you feed it is what it's probably going to give you out, right? So if you don't learn or you don't know the basics, it is going to be a little bit tedious for you to get the best out of these systems. So what is missing? Now, many people don't know where to start their journey in using AI. A lot of persons, okay, now I am familiar with these AI tools. What exactly can I use them for? How exactly can I use them? Right? A lot of people would be asking this question now, owing to all of the background that I have laid as regarding to how you can leverage AI to supercharge your processes in terms of sales and marketing, or any other routine task that you wanted to do for you, right? So one of the first approach that you should adopt as an organization, as a business person who is using the system, one of the first things you would want to do is to have the first or the initial phase of your planning, right? You must have a detailed plan out approach that you want to use this system. Because if you're not, if you don't have a scope in mind, if you don't have a picture in mind as regarding what you intend to achieve at the end of the day from this model, it's going to lead into inefficiency apparently, because like the normal saying goes that if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse becomes inevitable, right? Sometimes you could actually get frustrated using this system. I've been at that point too, where you're probably asking this model to do something and then it's giving you some very funny results outside what you're asking. Sometimes it can be very frustrating. So the first approach or the first principle entails that you should have the planning phase. Okay, as a sales person or as a marketer, I want to use AI to drive more leads or to generate more leads. That is the end goal for you, right? So you must have that planning phase where you detail out what exactly it is you want to use it for. So you want to probably create an awareness for your product or for your service, right? So you need to plan first. Okay, this is what I want to achieve. This is what I want to get at the end of the day. That is going to influence how you interact with this model. It's going to influence how you interact with this model. So the first thing to do is to have your planning phase. Then the next thing to do is to experiment. By experimentation is after your planning, you start experimenting. Okay, at this point, let me try this and then see the results that I get, right? And based on the results that you get, you refine. Because in most instances, this machine learns over time. So like your personal assistant, when you employ a personal assistant, first, you need to teach them on the job. Right? So let's say, for instance, you're a real estate company, right? And then you deal in the sales of landed properties. When you have a personal assistant, for instance, who is going to be helping with your routine tasks, you need to educate this person. You need to train this person on what exactly your daily routine looks like. When you come to the office, what is the first thing you do? What are the documents that are of most priority, right? What kind of information or requests should I respond to with urgency, and which ones can come in later, right? So all of this are some of the things that you need to map out first. And on the basis of that, there is going to be need for you to retrain or help them relearn as they continue on the job. So first thing first, you have to have a mental picture of what it is that you want to achieve at the end of the day. And then the next thing is to begin to implement, which brings us to the experimentation phase. And then from the results you get from your experiment, you refine them. And with this, you would agree with me that the first thing you need to do first is to have an understanding about what you want to achieve at the end of the day. So with this now, you see that it doesn't take the place of human intervention. If as a business, you are thinking, okay, if I introduce AI now, well, how would my customers be able to relate well with this AI models, or how would they be able to serve my clients better? AI can never work in isolation from the human intervention, right? It will probably just reduce the workload, but it will not eliminate completely. So on this note, you would need to adopt all of those strategies, all of those principles to get the best out of these models. So this is going to take me to the next segment of this meeting, where I would like to ask and then get your feedback as regarding the major obstacles that you're facing in your business today. Right. The reason for this is because I am trying as much as possible to see how I can streamline this section or help you get the best and the most out of this section, right? So that you can, as we live here, begin to implement all of these systems or all of these processes. So I would like to hear from you as a business owner or as an employee in an organization. What is the biggest obstacle you face currently in your marketing efforts, right? In carrying out your marketing activity, your sales activity, what is that one challenge, or what are the challenges that you face currently? Okay, poor leads. Okay, let's keep it rolling in. What are the major challenges, or what are the obstacles you face currently in your marketing efforts? And then we're going to see how AI can come in to help you supercharge that, or how you can leverage on AI to get the best results. Okay, let's keep that coming. I'm waiting for your responses. Okay, we have poor leads, inconsistent sales. Okay, keeping records of clients. Okay, we have poor engagement with customers to make them come back. Okay, client management. Okay. Okay, so what exactly are the current obstacles you face? So we have keeping records of clients, inconsistent sales, poor leads, poor engagement with customers to make them come back, having them on a retainership model where they get to come back on a repurchase. Okay, I think, while others continue to think, because I sincerely would like to make this as practical as possible for each and every one of us as time would permit. So, okay, so this, we have another message. Researching about various customer research or market research. Okay, amazing. So also you could see that this is not far apart from some of the challenges that we have highlighted from our research and our constant interaction with business people or business owners alike across industries, right? So some of the major problems or challenges that we find out to, okay, where to find customers. Exactly. I think that still falls under the marketing, market research problem also, right? So some of the major problems we found include lead generation, client management, sales closing, and then maintaining a consistent or an effective digital presence, right? So from the lead generation problem, one of the major problem a lot of sales representative or salespersons face or have is the problem of lead generation. How do I ensure that I get consistent customers who are ready and willing to buy from me, at any point in time? How am I able to generate quality leads that would not give me headache to convert, right? Because I think one of the pain points of every salesperson is the fact that you don't want to have to follow a client and some clients can actually take your piece away. So, sorry to say this, but then from my experience, I don't know if there's anyone that relates to that. Some clients can actually be very, very, very difficult to handle, but that is not because they want to, but it's because of how the humans are wired, right? Human being by nature is actually a very complex being. You cannot fully understand a human, right? So sometimes in trying to understand how to find quality leads, people that are ready and willing to buy your product or your service, who will pay you money in exchange for the value you are offering, is or can be very difficult, right? So this is a very practical problem. Another problem is in the area of client management. This problem boils down to the place of communication. How do I ensure that I maintain a consistent and effective communication line or a communication system with my clients? Because, humans are relational beings, right? People get to trust you, they get to like you on the basis of the kind of relationship that you are able to build with them over time, right? So to build a relationship, communication is there, right? Understanding is there, right? How do you understand their emotions? How do you understand to relate with humans with empathy, right? How do you relate with them? All of these things are some of the major problems that tends to inhibit our sales effort or our marketing effort, as the case may be. So another problem is the problem of sales closing. How do I ensure that the customers that I have gotten for my product or the ones that I have been able to generate, either through paid advertisement or word of mouth or probably through one of your sales pipeline, how am I able to convert these people from just prospects to paying customers or paying clients, right? All of these things are very major problems that we face as business people, as salespeople. Another problem is the problem of maintaining your digital presence. Now, a lot of business owners or businesses have this concern around, okay, how do I ensure that I am consistent across all my social handles, for instance, or across all the channels that I appear online, right? Either through a website, either through a social handle. How do I ensure that I maintain a consistent flow amidst others? Because part of the things that help your customers to like you or to trust you is the fact that what they find out in this particular place is what is replicable in the other point of contact. Let's say, for instance, on Facebook, you say you are Mr. A. On Instagram, you should also be Mr. A, not Mr. B. Right? On your website, the same thing you are offering should also be replicated here. So there should be this level of consistency. And above that, how are you able to, because for you to relate on social, having a digital presence, you need some form of consistent communication. right? There should be some form of or level of consistency in your communication. How do you maintain a particular tone, right? Which actually boils down to your brand identity, right? Some of those are the challenges in addition to what has been mentioned in the chat box by some of our participants here, right? These are some of the challenges that inhibit the growth or the success of your marketing effort. Is there anyone that can relate to any of this? You agree with this? You agree with everything I said? Do I have witnesses in the house? Okay. Yes. Awesome. So let's proceed. So what are the common applications of AI in the context of sales and marketing, right? The common application, because from the background I have been able to lay, and then from the journey we are building so far, you can see that AI can help you do pretty much some of your tasks, right? But in more specific terms, how can you apply AI, or what are the common areas that AI or artificial intelligence has been applied to? So we have sales, we have communication, we have research and marketing, like we had mentioned previously, and we have meetings, right? This area of meetings now, not very many people really understand this use case, or this is not very common or conventional. But then if you do a lot of virtual meetings, if you do a lot of meetings online, you would have noticed that some of this virtual meeting platform, like Zoom, for instance, have an AI embedded on it that can actually help you generate summary content of your meetings, right, or the sections, right? So all of this work hand in hand to help you stay efficient and become more effective in your role. So you can apply it in the world of sales, like we're going to be seeing in the next couple of slides, right? You're going to see it applied in the area of communication. How do I generate communication line, or how do I make communication using this AI system? In the area of research also, you can see how you can use AI to carry out certain research that would help you in your marketing efforts. Also, in the area of marketing, how do I use AI to create a marketing strategy or a marketing system to help me get the best results? We're going to be looking at some of those areas and like the meetings, like I mentioned. So these are some of the common areas of applications of AI today in the world of sales and marketing. So we're going on. Okay, so at this junction, probably you'll be asking, okay, I understand how exactly all of these systems work. I understand how these things work now. Yes, I know what an AI system is now. I know AI can help me. But how exactly do I start, or where do I start? How do I start using these systems, right? How do I start using this system? And then another concern could be in the area of I'm not tech savvy. Being tech savvy means that, okay, you really understand technology and how to apply all of that. How do I do all of that, considering that I am not so much of a tech person? Regardless of wherever you are at your journey, what we offering this afternoon can actually help you get started with little experience or no experience at all. So in the use case of AI, we're looking at how you could start using that, using these AI systems now. And considering that we don't have an ample time, we're going to be doing a very some demonstration, because that is the intent for this meeting this evening. We're going to be looking at some of the key principles of prompt engineering. What exactly is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering simply means, in very simple and common terms, what or how you communicate with AI systems, right? Remember, an AI is still a computer, it's still a machine, right? For you to get any result from it or to get anything out of it, you need to communicate to it. You need to learn how to instruct it, to give it some set of instructions. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this, right? So one of the beauty of AI as against the traditional or a computer system is the fact that usually when you want to communicate with a computer, right, you communicate with that through some set of programs. If you want to probably have a computer system do certain things, you interact with that using some programming, right? You program some information, right? For some of us who are at the very basic level, some of the applications you have today at the surface is just an interface, but behind all of these applications or the softwares that you use are codes that have been written to instruct the computer to do what you are asking of it, right? And then for you to get the best possible result. So we're looking at prompt engineering, which is how to communicate with these AI models effectively, right? For you to communicate with them, just like the human form of interaction, you must ensure that you operate, you speak to this model, you instruct it in a very clear and specific manner. You ensure that you speak with it in a very clear and specific manner. What this entails is that when you're giving it a set of instructions, you would ensure that you write or you instruct it in very clear and precise manner, right? So the example we have here is you going to probably, let's say we're using ChatGPT as a case study now. You go to ChatGPT as an AI model today now, and then you tell it to give me marketing tips. Yeah, surprisingly, it is going to give you marketing tips. But what the response or the result you're going to get would probably be something very vague and not specific or applicable to the use case. Remember the first principles that we mentioned earlier, that you must plan first, have a clear mental picture of what it is that you want to achieve, right? That should guide you into prompting it effectively, right? So the better prompt will be, give me marketing tips for increasing engagement on social media for a real estate business. For instance, say you operate in the real estate sector, right? Say, for instance, you operate in the real estate sector. For you to get the best result, although this is still a very basic prompt, but then at a basic level, this is more in-depth as compared to give me marketing tips. So one of the things you would ensure is that when you're using these AI models, you write clearly or you instruct it clearly. Today, we have AI models that can generate text. We have AI models that can generate images. We have AI models that can generate videos, right? So for you to get the best out of these models, you must learn to prompt it effectively. So the principle of clarity states that you speak to it in a very clear and then a specific manner, right? The second principle states that you should prompt it, giving it context and ensure that your prompting is relevant, right? Context and relevance, ensuring that you operate with a level of context, or you give it so much context that it understands what exactly it is you are asking of it, because a machine or a computer cannot read your mind, right? A machine, as what we have today, cannot read your mind. So even though it can try to guess to some extent, there are instances that it would not give you the best result, right? So you must ensure that you give it enough context. Like the prompt above, we said in the real estate sector, instead of just giving me give me marketing tips, you are saying that, okay, give me marketing tips in the real estate sector, right? And then marketing tips can be very broad, right? For what use case? What is the end goal, right? Is it to generate lead? Is it to create awareness? Is it to create an engagement with your already existing audience? You must ensure that, okay, this is what I want to achieve, right? This is the context I want you to limit your response or your result to. Now, the next principle is the principle of the iterative refinement. What it entails is that you're able to refine, right? Just like the previous principle, right? From the result it gives you, you are able to refine, okay, this is the result I have generated, but this is not what I want, right? Or probably this is not too close to what I'm looking for. You refine. So this principle entails that you work with these models with a mindset that sometimes you will need to refine and then reiterate. You go over a loop for you to get the best result, because the goal here is to see that we get the best possible result out there. So to do all of these things, you really don't need to be a tech expert, because these AI models have been built with utmost simplicity in mind. A lot of us have interacted with AI models in the time past, and perhaps we don't really know that, yeah, this is an AI model, right? Some of us have used ChatGPT, but then at the basic level, right? So you could agree with me that you can actually use these models without so much tech or technology experience. Now, many of these AI tools are actually plug and play. What it entails is that for business owners who are looking to incorporate these AI models into their operations, what you can actually do is to understand that it doesn't really take so much, right? With our team of experts here at BFG Global Consultants, we can help you set up your AI models with a very, 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 very minimal effort or cost, as the case may be, that would give you the kind of results that you're looking for, right? So you don't need, it doesn't require too much, as the case may be, right? So you just it's more like a straightforward plug and play thing. So also, AI is not here to replace you again. I like to reiterate, it is here to help you focus on what you for you to do what you are doing best to get the best possible result, and also for you to connect with clients and close your deals. This statement is because I believe that I am talking to salespeople. So for want of time, I would like us to do a little bit of experiment this afternoon as we look at how to use these AI models. I would like us to experiment, and for this experiment, we're going to use ChatGPT because ChatGPT is one of the prominent AI model that there is today globally, right? Globally, we have a lot of people jumping on it. A lot of businesses already incorporating it or using it in one way or the other. So we're going to be using ChatGPT for the sake of this class. And I would like for us to, I don't know if we could have a very practical section. I am going to start, let me share my entire window. Okay. You can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Sorry, is my screen visible? Okay, just a moment. Let me get this up. Just a moment, please. Okay. Okay. I don't know why my screen is not coming up. Okay, can you drop the link on the chat platform? Okay, if you could just navigate to this link here so that we carry out a very brief or quick demonstration. Okay, my screen is visible now, yeah? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is the ChatGPT platform. So at its basic form, I don't know if you already have an account with ChatGPT. If you don't, the starting point could be just typing in OpenAI in your search bar. If you already do not have an account with ChatGPT, you could just go ahead and type in OpenAI. You type in OpenAI, or you can go ahead and then just search for ChatGPT. Or you can navigate that page using the link that has been shared in the chat section. Okay, so this is what I have here, and for want of time, I have gone ahead to have my a prompt that I have written. So to make this class as practical as possible, I'd like for someone to give us a use case. I'd like us to use a business here. Remember, our focus is in the place of sales and marketing, right? So we're going to use a business here to demonstrate how you could probably use AI to supercharge your sales or your marketing efforts. So if you would want to digital, okay. Oh, I see our friend Mr. Satish from all the way from India. Thank you for joining us this afternoon, Mr. Satish. Well, we're glad to have you join us. Okay. Sugarton properties. Okay. So we are using Sugarton properties. So, sorry, excuse me. Sugarton Properties, I would like to believe, is a real estate business. I don't know if you could give us a scope as regarding what you do precisely. Okay. Real estate, you buying and selling of properties. Buying and selling of properties, or you do development, sir? You can unmute, sir. Okay. Just buying and selling, or you do development of properties?
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, sir.
Yeah. Please, what did you ask again? I couldn't hear you clearly.
So I'm asking if Sugarton Property deals in just the buying and selling of properties, or you do development also?
Okay, we buy, we sell, we develop, we rent.
Okay. So I think it's safe to say you are like the full package real estate business. Okay, so we're going to be demonstrating using Sugarton Properties, and like I said, we're using a prompt. I'd already written this prompt down to help us understand what exactly a prompt, or how exactly to communicate with this AI system or an AI model, right, to get anything done for you. So this prompt reads, and it says that I want you to act as a professional growth marketer because I want to believe that Sugarton Properties wants to probably market their properties or to generate more sales for their properties. Excuse me, please. Okay, I don't know why my Zoom is misbehaving this afternoon. Okay, you want to market your properties, like I was trying to say earlier. You're right. Sugarton is perhaps trying to generate sales or carry out a marketing activities for their business or their company. So I said, I'm instructing it now. Remember, this is a machine, this is a model. And I need to talk to it like I'm giving it an instruction because this is my personal assistant. So I said, I want you to act as a professional growth marketer. And I said, please develop an actionable marketing campaign strategy for, we are using Sugarton. We are using Sugarton Properties. So I am going to, okay. I'm going to replace this with Sugarton, right? Strategy for Sugarton Properties, a real estate company based in Abuja, right? So let's give it more context and say in Abuja that deals in the sales, rent, development of real estate properties and development of real estate companies. Now, I'm trying to give it enough as much scope or detail as possible for it to give me the best response or the best results that would help me come up with the best marketing campaign strategy for this brand. So I now said further with the goal of promoting a 3-bedroom, a 3-unit of a 4-bedroom terrace duplex, targeting the rich and middle class Nigerians in the diaspora, right? The diaspora market for those of us in the real estate market or business, we understand is one of the hot selling market right now, especially in Nigeria, right? Where a lot of our brothers and sisters outside Nigeria would want to invest back home, right? So we are generating this marketing campaign strategy to target this audience. So part of the things I have done, I have tried as much as I can to give it clarity as regarding what I want to get out of it or the kind of result I want, right? First, I started off by giving it this, the first sentence here, I want you to act as a professional growth marketer, is in the world of prompt engineering, we refer to it as role assignment, right? You are assigning a role to this model. So everything that this model will be generating now, we would think or process all the data or information from the standpoint of a growth marketer, right? So I'm going to go ahead and then hit the send button. And then let's see what the system generates. Let's see what it generates for us. So we have okay. So from what we see here now, from the results, we're going to just go over this briefly while we try another thing, right? So the growth marketing campaign strategy for Sugarton Properties, right? The goal is to promote a 3-unit or 4-bedroom terrace duplex targeting rich and middle class Nigerians in diaspora. One of the things I did not mention as regarding this property is I did not give out all the features or the locations of this property. So when you're building your own or when you're developing your prompt, ensure you give it all the context, all the details as much as possible. So one of the things it said is that audience profiling and segmentation, right? The first point or the first strategy to adopt is to do an audience profiling and segmentation. He did not just stop there. He went ahead to help us segment our primary audience. Our primary audience are wealthy and middle class Nigeria in diaspora. He went further to give us more details and saying living in US, UK, Canada, and UAE, right? You would agree with me. Sometimes this data or this information would need further verification too. But you agree with me that this country actually have the highest number of Nigerians living there currently, right? These are some of the easy destination of a lot of persons who migrate out of Nigeria, as the case may be. So the secondary audience, as the case may be, from what we have here, are Nigerians who are family members in diaspora that may influence investment decisions. Like some of us here, you have siblings or you have family relations that are in diaspora. So as part of the marketing campaign or the strategy, you are the secondary audience. On a very good day, if you are thinking of this, it will probably take you a bit of time and research for you to come up with all of this information at a go, right? So what this AI system does for you is that it gives you a scope, something to start with, and then allows you to build on that. So you see, we went further to do the psychographic segmentation, right? And then based on their psychography of our audience, you see they have the desire for property investment in Nigeria for future returns. That's for those who want to probably invest so that they can sell the property later on for future returns, right? Interest in acquiring luxury home for personal, family use during visits, right? Some of these persons would probably just want. So this is the psychographic entails what exactly will be going on in the mind of your target audience, right? For others have connection to Nigeria and desire to own a piece of a property or a piece of an investment in their home country, right? All of these are some of the possible psychographic or mentality that your audience would have that would influence their buying or influence their efforts towards reaching you. So he went ahead to give us a unique selling proposition. What is it that makes your offer stand out from others, right? What is that unique thing? Now, for you to get the best out of this USP especially, you need to ensure that you give it all the context that there is. You ensure that you give it all the context. So as regarding all the property futures, property information, amongst others. So we went ahead and then it defined our campaign objective to generate quality lead, increase brand awareness, amongst others. You can imagine all of these amazing results that we've been able to generate within split seconds. He went ahead to even give you a budget allocation. A lot of us who struggle as regarding, okay, how much do I spend on, if I'm doing a paid advertisement, how much do I spend on my campaign on Facebook? How much do I dedicate to YouTube and Google Ads? How much do I pay influencers? How do I incorporate email marketing amongst others, right? So these are some of the challenges that ordinarily it would probably take a longer duration of time. But with this AI model now, with this response, you have something basic to start with. So also, another thing that we can do is someone getting value from this section, please. If this has impacted you or you probably getting something from this, I don't know if you could just respond with an emoji. If you could just respond with an emoji. If you can respond with an emoji. Oh, awesome. Okay. Oh, wow. I'm glad to hear. So we're going to continue with Sugarton Properties, right? And then we've gotten our first draft of the marketing campaign strategy, right? The principle of refinement entails, remember I mentioned during this point at the unique selling proposition, I said that what we have here is still at its very basic form, right? So that's the prime location. Abuja is too broad. What part of Abuja, right? What part of Abuja is this property located in, right? For you to get the best result, you need to go back and then refine it and say, okay, on the basis of the unique selling proposition, these are the informations or the features of this particular property. So let's go forward, because we are looking at sales and marketing, and all of the things we are doing here revolves around the place of sales and marketing, right? For you to do sales today, a lot of business leverage on digital marketing strategy, right? Which of course every business should jump on, because it's like one of the trends, in as much as the traditional marketing approach or system still prove effective, the social media or the digital marketing system is still very, very effective. And if you're at that point of growth in your business where you still don't understand how to incorporate or how to implement your digital marketing efforts as a business or as an individual, you could reach out to us after this section, and then we have a team of dedicated professionals who can help you get this thing done with little effort while you focus on other important aspects of your business. So going further, we want to create a 30-day social media content calendar for this particular group. So for this business. So for sake of context, we are still using Sugarton. So I said, okay, create a 30-day social media content calendar for Sugarton Properties. Now, because I've already ascribed a role previously, it is still going to operate within the frame of a growth marketing expert or a growth marketing professional, right? So I want this social media content to target rich and affluent Nigerians in diaspora to promote the 3 units of bedroom duplex, terrace duplex in Abuja, right? So I said it should give me a 30-day social media content calendar, right? A lot of us struggle, a lot of us, because I'm also part of that people or that group who we struggle to get on with social media because of all of the craze that is happening. What do I post out there? What do I put out there, right? So that is where your content calendar comes into play for you. That is where your content calendar comes into play. So usually you would wreck your head. It takes like a minimum of 7 days for you to come out with a full-fledged, detailed content calendar for your brand, right? But if you are someone who works at speed, you would probably understand that you can get this done within 2 days or 3 days of dedicated work effort. 2 days of dedicated work effort. So this content calendar, we're trying to generate a 30-day social media content calendar for this brand. So we're going to go ahead and hit the send button. Okay, we're waiting for response. Okay. What is happening? Is it still loading? Sorry. Let me quickly refresh. Okay. Could you please confirm if you can still hear me? Okay, because I don't know. I think my network is... Okay, let me edit this and send again. Oh, I can imagine. So this is what we have. This is what we have. See how detailed and how straightforward this is, right? Okay, first, on the basis of context, we've not been able to tell it, okay, for what we just said social media, right? What channel are we using? What platform are we using? We did not detail that. We did not give detailers regarding that, right? So it went ahead to generate for virtually all the social media platforms out there. So we have day one said, okay, it's assuming that we are using all the channels, but pretty much this is what you can get in no time, right? So, okay, I've gone far. Okay, so this is one of the things you get from using immersion. So sometimes you need to find a way to always, it was in a table previously, but I think because I was trying to refresh, it has gone back to this format. So you could actually still go ahead. I want the content presented in a table format. So you could actually go ahead and still do that to have it generate your content calendar in a table format. It's because of network that it's taking this long to load. Usually, these responses just come out. Okay, voila, we have this converted back to table, right? We have this converted back to table. So it even went ahead to generate hashtag for us. A lot of us struggle around using hashtag. So this system or this model could actually generate all of this. So with this now, it's very, very, very simple and straightforward. So on day one, you have high quality image of a duplex exterior, right? Assuming the image of the property you are trying to sell now, right? And then a possible caption could be discover luxury living in the heart of Abuja, presenting our exclusive 4-bedroom terrace duplex. So there is going to be a need for a human touch. That is why working with AI models, it's going to be probably a synergy between humans and also machines. So we're going to be looking at another thing. So this is just a basic form or use case of AI. We've actually spent so much time on this section, and I would like to start rounding up now so that they don't seize this mic from me and not give me this opportunity again. So I am going to be rounding up now. This content is still generating, funny enough. Okay, so we have this completed, right? So I would like us to try something a little bit different. So remember the fact that I said for you to get started on this journey using this AI model, you must first understand that you need a planning phase, right? You need to plan out first and foremost what exactly it is you want to achieve. Let's say, for instance, yes, you want a marketing strategy or marketing campaign, but you don't understand what a campaign is. You don't know what a campaign is. So you can actually go ahead and have this model teach you, right? If you're someone who struggle to really understand, perhaps you've gone through series of learning, but then you don't still understand or grab the concept, you can have AI break down some of these complex things or concepts or topics for you to understand, right? So a very basic form as I round up with this, part of the things we're going to be doing for you is the fact that at the end of this webinar, we're going to collect your email addresses, and then we will share with you a guide that we've actually created, a prompt engineering book we've created, and we've refined it over time based off on what we have tested and what has worked for us, that has given us results, right? That you can also implement or start getting your hands around. So part of what we're going to do lastly is to understand how you can use ChatGPT to learn new concepts. So let's say, for instance, someone suggests a topic for me quickly. Okay, just subject. Okay, designing. Okay, I'd like to assume. So we're going to start first by ascribing a role to this model. All right, I like to approach this model from that standpoint so as to give it a scope, to give it a frame. So I want you to act as a professional design instructor. What kind of design are we looking at? Context. Graphics design, building design, illustrations. Okay, how to enter the automotive industry. This is a research work, actually, not okay. Okay, let's get done with the design. Let's say graphics design, professional graphics design instructor. I want you to explain the design principle. Explain all the design principles that makes a good design. Full stop. Your explanations should be such that a 5-year-old, let's assume that you are finding it difficult to understand. Let's say when we're asking you to explain it, that is breaking it down to the basic, to the barest basic. 5-year-old, such that a 5-year-old can understand and begin to implement. Okay, let's leave it at this. So I want you to act as a professional graphic design instructor, right? This is a role that we've ascribed to this model at this particular point on this chart now. So I want you to explain all the design principles that makes a good design. Of course, there are principles to design, right? There are principles to graphics design or any form of design whatsoever, right? Your explanation, we said, should be such that a 5-year-old can understand. So let's go and let's see what it gives us. All right. So it begins to explain, and it says, imagine you are building a picture or creating something that looks nice, like arranging your toys on a shelf. Toys, because that is what a 5-year-old can actually easily relate to, right? There are a few things you can do to make your creation look really cool, right? These are called design principles. Design principles are those things that you can actually use to make your design look very cool. And with my little design background or experience, this is actually very accurate, right? We have the principle of balance, the principle of contrast, emphasis, repetition, alignment, proximity, white space, unity, and yeah, we have 8. Is it 8 or 7? I actually knew about 7. Oh wow. Okay, so we have this model actually gave us 8 principles, but I knew of 7 before now, right? So all of this, if you read through this now, you will notice that this has been broken down such that even a 5-year-old can understand. Even a 5-year-old can understand. But if this is not comprehensive for you, you can go ahead and then refine your prompt and ask it to do something else. So in the world of marketing or sales, for instance, you want to do, let's say for instance, content writing or content creation, we understand is one of the basic or one of the fundamental things that you need as a salesperson or a marketer, right? For you to create this content, for you to generate this content, how do you go about it? Not everybody understands copywriting, for instance. Not everybody understands content creation, right? Long form, there are short form. Not everybody understands how to craft effective email for your marketing activities, right? You can have an AI model, ChatGPT, for instance, teach you these things, right? You can have these models teach you this thing in very basic manner that you can understand. So instead of doing all of your lengthy research, you can start with a foundation here and then see how you can build from there. So at this point, my moderators are giving me signals right now, and I would like to start rounding up. I'd like to start rounding up. So this is just one aspect. This is just one very minute segment or abilities that an AI model, or how you can use an AI model in your sales and marketing effort. Today, we have AI models that generate image, that generate videos. You can use an AI model to edit your video, right? In the real estate sector, for instance, you do a lot of video and then pictorial representations of your properties, right? For you to do that effectively, there are AI models that can actually get you those kind of results or get those things done in very quick and effective manner. Also, in your marketing effort, let's say for instance, as a real estate person, how many of us adapt or use email marketing in our marketing effort here? How many of us use email marketing? If you communicate with your clients through email from time to time, you probably send them an educative content, or you send a cold email to get them to know you or know about your product, or you send them a nurture content to probably get their attention or have them. Oh, someone is saying I should teach us on email marketing too. Wow. Okay, Omar affirmed that he uses email marketing. So I think for our next webinar for next month, email marketing is going to be a scope that we're going to be covering specifically. All right, we would ensure that we make email marketing one of the focus of our webinar for next month, because I would already overshot our time. But the point I was driving at is you could actually use AI system in the area of your email marketing effort. A lot of people don't know that email marketing is still very effective. A lot of people feel that, okay, how many people visit their email and all of that. You never can tell. From results, right? A lot of businesses leverage on this on email marketing to make tons of sales, to generate tons of sales, right? You too can do same for yourself. So part of the things we do at BFG Global Consultants, our IT unit, we can actually work with you to set up an effective email marketing system, right? For you to have an effective email marketing strategy, you need a system that guarantees that effectiveness. So for you to get that kind of result, you would need experts to hold you by the hands and then take you on that journey. So if you're interested in that service, or you want to probably do that, you can reach out to us. You can reach out to us. You could check our website. You could contact either of any of the staff here at BFG Global Consulting, and also we have your email addresses, and I will be sharing our contact information too after this webinar. So this and many more are the things that you can actually get done with the help of email marketing. And at this point, I would like to bring this section to an end and probably take your questions before we go. We've shot far beyond time, and I want to thank everyone who has stayed up until this time. I want to thank everyone that has stayed up until this time. So it's question time. You have questions, you have any comments, you have anything you need clarifications on, you can actually go ahead and ask before okay, if you'd rather prefer to speak, you could probably just indicate, and then we'll let you have the floor. Do you have a comment, any question as regarding how to implement AI, or probably you don't understand what I said, or you need clarification as regarding any area of the things that we've discussed here? Okay. Deborah, McCarthy, Bello, Godwin, Samson, James, Mr. Chris, Paul Messi, Sandeep Gera, Mr. Shedrack, Mr. Umar, Mr. Usman. Do you have any question? Okay, Mr. Shedrack, please. You have the mic.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. I like particularly the practical that you did. That was something else. Yes, sir. So my question is this: if I wanted to train my own GPT, for example, on this ChatGPT platform, do you have an idea how I can go about that? For example, I'm into social media marketing. Okay. So if I wanted to train my own model to give me, specifically now for content marketing, say to give me content, give it all the information that it needs, like my audience and all that, how would I go about doing that to train my own model?
Okay. Mr. Shedrack, so you said you want to use ChatGPT for that purpose, right?
Yes, I've heard that there is a way you can create your own mini version of ChatGPT where you have it do only one thing for you. So every time, say for example, every time I needed content, I would just go to that one and then, tell it to generate the content. You already know what I want. Like he would already know my target audience because I've given it all that information. He would know maybe I would provide some samples of my content for it to learn, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have some basic understanding of programming?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What language do you write on?
I don't write anymore, but I did learn to use C, C++, C#, all these kind of old languages, not Python. Oh. I know Python is essential, but I don't know any Python for now.
Yeah, C++ is old, but then they are still very effective. And for you to actually get that done or to train a model to get it do a particular thing for you, you could actually leverage on the ChatGPT API, right? While you build your system, you're going to have your own interface, right? It could either be a detailed user interface, or you could have it right in your development area, right? Any coding platform that you use, perhaps say VSL. Visual Studio Code, right? If that is what you use, you could actually have that implemented. So this is because to do this, you need a little bit of some technicalities, but I'm just going to give you a hint around how that works. So first, you're going to need the ChatGPT API key, right? Which can be generated from your ChatGPT account. Right, and for you to get the best, you need to probably subscribe to the paid, that's the pro version of the ChatGPT, that's ChatGPT 4.0, right? And then you would get an API key, and then you have a system. There's something called chain prompting, right? In the world of prompt engineering, because in as much as we are still leveraging on the AI model, because it is a natural language processing platform, it can understand. What that means is that it can understand and respond to you like human, right? You can talk to it just like we are giving it this kind of instructions, and then it can understand what exactly we are saying, right? That is why you are using ChatGPT, right? So except you want to start building your own model from the scratch, which is very cost incurring, of course. At this point, you cannot do it by yourself. That's why you are using the ChatGPT API key. So you get that, and then you do a chain prompting system that is linked to either your Python code, or it could be a JavaScript code, right? That send a request to the OpenAI, that's the ChatGPT API key, and then once you send that a request, ChatGPT model now refines it based on the data you have given it. The data is the information you fed it with, right? There's going to be a knowledge base, right? That's a system where you feed in all of your data, all of your business data, right? So like I said, it's a little bit of a technical thing, but if that is what you want to do, you want to probably build something custom for yourself, you can reach out to us, and then we would guide you further on how to get that done. But in its very basic form, that is how it works. You need an API model that is connected to a program that is further connected to your knowledge base, right? That is where all of your data informations are packed up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Deeply appreciate it.
You're welcome. So any other question? I'm glad. I think I've been able to communicate. I've been able to convince and not confuse anyone this afternoon. Okay, so in the absence of any other question, I would call on Ifeoma. Thank you, Shadrach. I'd like to call on Ifeoma to take on the section from here. Thank you guys once again for joining. It's a pleasure to have you all join us this evening again. Bye-bye.